Nice of you to drop in.
Hello people, I am the Comic Book Gamer, and today it is Worldbreaker Hulk vs. Superman, the two most powerful characters I have ever had on my Versus videos. This is the most powerful matchup ever. It was requested by Mr. Parker Garcia. So yeah, this is a pretty big battle. Bigger than any other battle I've ever done in power-wise. These guys, two super powerful characters. So yeah, anyways, I generally like to start off these videos with origins, but everyone knows both these guys' origins. I'll give you a brief rundown on Worldbreaker Hulk. Worldbreaker Hulk is the ultimate version of Hulk. He is the most powerful version of Hulk. How you tell if it's Worldbreaker Hulk or not is the artist always draws tons of gamma radiation just coming straight off Hulk. You see green surrounding him, his eyes are all green, everything. That's how you tell it's Worldbreaker Hulk. He came in during during World War Hulk. Like at the end of that was when we got to see Worldbreaker Hulk, because before that he even said later that he was like holding back. But that's when we first saw Worldbreaker Hulk, and it's the ultimate version of Hulk. So yeah, that's just a quick little rundown on Worldbreaker Hulk. Now, as far as arsenals and powers, obviously neither of these guys have an arsenal. They generally don't really use anything. Superman does sometimes use stuff, but not really. He doesn't really have anything on him generally. Now, Hulk doesn't either, but their powers. Powers-wise, Hulk is just what you know times like a billion. It's just normal Hulk powers souped up to the max. That's what Hulk's powers are. Superman's powers, everyone knows. You guys, I feel like I'm copping out, but really I don't feel like I need to go over these powers that everyone knows. Superman's got super speed, super strength, flight, heat vision, freeze breath. He's got everything. And Hulk's just pretty much got extreme strength and extreme durability. That is, but you know, those are their powers. Not really anything I needed to go over, but I felt like it would be a cop-out if I just said, hey, you guys know their powers, skip over it. So yeah, now is the time when I normally compare their powers and say who I think has the advantage. I'm not really going to say that because I want to go into more like detail later on, because right now it would be way too, it would be too spoilerish for who I say should win. This is, I'll get into that when I get into the feats, because if I got into it right now, this would be like a 3-minute video and be over. So yeah, I want to discuss more. And this is the part where I normally cover who's had better training, who I think is a better fighter. This is pretty obvious. Superman is a far superior fighter to Hulk. He's had training from Batman, Mongol, Zod, Wonder Woman. He's trained with the best of them. He's trained himself as well. He's taught himself Kryptonian martial arts. He's studied the body for pressure points. We saw that when he went against Batman. Once when Batman was possessed by Kryptonite Man, we saw that he knows pressure points. So he knows a good deal, a lot more than Hulk does. Pretty much Worldbreaker Hulk has the whole ego of, I'm so powerful, I don't need to learn, which I can't argue with that because he hasn't come in contact with anyone powerful enough to challenge him, so his strategy that he's been using works. There hasn't been anyone to challenge him, so he hasn't needed or felt the need or wanted to get any better, so there's no need to. So yeah, this obviously goes to Superman. He is a much smarter fighter than Hulk, to where Hulk just goes to outmuscle you, which again, like I said, there's no reason for him to do anything else because he's so powerful right now, to where Superman holds back, Hulk doesn't. Well, Worldbreaker Hulk doesn't. We saw in World War Hulk did hold back. That's what he said before, and then he's like, no more, but I'm gonna get into that like just about now. So for feats, I'm gonna start off with Hulk's amazing feats. So yeah, for Worldbreaker Hulk, I'm only gonna name one feat because everything else kind of pales in comparison that he's done. He broke a world in another dimension. He just broke it with one punch. He put off all this gamma radiation, and it went in a collision with Betty, and broke a world. So that was, yeah, like everything else I'm gonna say, like he threw Vegas like it was a toy. That doesn't compare to him breaking a world, so there's not really anything else I can say. He broke the world. Well, not Earth, but he broke a world, and it was pretty freaking awesome when he did it. Now for Superman's feats, this is post-Crisis Superman. I just want to make that clear, not pre-Crisis Superman, because pre-Crisis Superman could sneeze and World Breaker Hulk would die. Pre-New 52 Superman, though, I want to make that clear. So yeah, Superman's feats. I'm going to open up with a very similar World Breaker Hulk feat that Superman did. How World Breaker Hulk collided with Red She-Hulk Betty, and Superman collided with Earth 2 Superman and broke a world. Well, broke Earth 2 in a single blow. One blow, and it was very similar to how Hulk broke, well, World Breaker Hulk broke that world in another dimension. Except this was Earth, so just different planet, same world breaking, pretty much very similar. Now Superman has done a lot of other stuff as well that is pretty big, such as moving an entire solar system. It was a solar system that was rapidly expanding. Superman moved all of it, and the mass was never it was never said, oh, it's this big, but he did move an entire solar system that was rapidly expanding. He's contained a mini black hole in his own hand. He's escaped a bunch of black holes before. Yeah, his travel speed, we've seen, he's been able to speed blitz Darkseid to the sun, and that is Darkseid, who is react speed is very fast and got him there without any struggle at all. He's been able to vibrate so much that he can turn invisible. He's also phased through Doomsday's punches, and he's been able to just take Doomsday's punches like they were nothing, but just sat there and got punched by Doomsday over and over like it was nothing. We've seen that his senses match that of the Flash's, so everything is like it's just standing still. It's moving so slow. We saw that when an old lady, well, not an old lady, but a waitress had tripped and fell, and her and the liquid that was falling, as Superman said, it was like they were just standing still because his senses were so fast. His heat vision has been commented that is hotter than the pits of Hades by a guy that has been to Hades. His durability, this was a weird thing, but I'm just going to explain it real quick. Him and Bizarro switched bodies. It was weird, but Bizarro so Superman punched his own body, because Superman was in Bizarro's body, through Earth, and then up, straight through Earth, straight from one side to the other, and Superman's body was just fine. It was Bizarro in his body, but it was Superman's same durability. I know that's weird to say, but yeah, he survived supernovas. He even survived the New Gods planet, which I think that's just what it's called. I don't remember what it's called, but the planet of the New Gods and Apocalypse colliding, he survived that, and those planets are commented to be much, much larger than Earth, because before Orion has talked to Superman, and he says that the boom tomb adjusts for your size, because Orion was saying how much bigger, well, how tiny Earth is and how people there are small, and Superman's like, well, you're not a giant here. He said that's because the boom tomb adjusts the size when you go through the boom tube. So the New Gods planet and Apocalypse is much larger than Earth, and he survived those two colliding. Now, as far as who would win this battle, I'm going to go into the scenario that they're on an abandoned Earth, because if I put them on a populated planet, these two guys can't go all out on it, because Superman would be trying to save everyone, make sure he doesn't do a powerful blow that breaks the world, and Hulk, as we saw with World War Hulk, he was actually holding back when he was around other people, but when he went to the other dimension, he was not, and that's when he broke the world. So, how I see this fight going down is fairly simple. I see it as the world breaks while they're fighting, Hulk dies, Superman lives, and how I explain this is the fact that Hulk, the one time that he broke the world, he died. When he broke that world in that other dimension, when World Breaker Hulk went into that other dimension, broke the world, he died. The only thing that brought him back was the wishing well, which was just a thing Marvel did to show, hey, Hulk can break a world, but this way he's still alive, because he did not have the durability to survive it. Superman, on the other hand, has broken a world with Earth 2 Superman, like I mentioned before, and kept fighting like nothing happened. And he's also been on planets when they've exploded, so he survives. He's been knocked out by them before, though. Hulk died the one time he did it, so that's how I see it going down. I see it as they're fighting, and the planet breaks, explodes, Hulk's dead. There's no wishing well to bring him back this time. Even though maybe over time he might heal. He probably would. But what I mean is Superman wins the battle. Superman would win because of that. It's pretty easy. Because when I was going down this battle, it was like, holy crap, these guys are extremely extremely powerful. How am I gonna do this? And then I looked, I was like, oh yeah, because I went back and reread all my World War Hulk stuff, and I saw that, and it made it fairly simple, because when one has survived a planet exploding multiple times, and the other person went through it once and died, it makes it fairly easy to decide who would win. So yeah, let me know in the comments below who do you guys think would win and why, and also leave your comments on who I should put against each other for my next versus video. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like.